Today I'm speaking to Viktoriia Slaikovskaia from DS27.
Hello, Andy. Yes. And you pronounce my surname quite good.
So why don't you tell everybody that's listening about yourself? How'd you find out about the data school?
I actually find out from a friend. She said that it could be a good possibility because I was looking to go through a path of data science, data analytics, and she said, "Oh, I've been there, so you can join. You can see what's going on there." Yeah, and I went to the website. I like read the blogs, and I realized it's really good.
Your background is in civil engineering.
Yes.
How did that lead you to getting into a role in data?
Actually, I was I was always into data. Doesn't matter what field it is. I just when I go to civil engineering, I always thought I'm gonna build bridges. But I most was excited about calculations and a lot of stuff, not about building it, but about calculating and analyzing.
Speaking of bridges, then, I saw that you jumped off a 50-meter bridge. Why would you do that?
It was
I
fun.
hope you're connected to something.
It's not connected to anything. It was one day of the uni, and my friends like, we go and jump from the bridge. Are you with us? And I was like, yeah, sure. And it was like 1 minute decision, and after half an hour, I was like, already jumped.
When you were in school, it says you got a regional medal, gold medal, sorry, in athletics. What was that for?
It was actually group activity. So one of my teachers saw how good I'm running, and she's like, oh, there is some activities with running, and I was like, okay, I'm in. Why not? Yeah, and we get through really hard trainings. I still remember them, and I still think professional athletics not for health. So yeah, and we went for a competition, and we took the first place. And after that, everyone was like, "You have to do professional sport," and I was like, "But I prefer dancing."
I think I know the answer to this one.
Okay.
What do you prefer, Alteryx or Tableau?
Depends for what.
You can only pick one tool to use. You can't use the other one ever again.
Okay, it's Alteryx.
Okay. So speaking of that, you just passed your Alteryx Advanced exam or certification. How did you prepare for that?
Actually, our training was quite intense, and we had a lot of information and all questions we could ask based on the trainings. But I still knew what I need to just learn, because sometimes you know your weak spots, and you just do some basic stuff, just do it over and over again till you understand it very well. And I spent 2 days just to be in this mode of preparing. And yeah, on the third day in the morning, I passed the exam.
What's your favorite Alteryx tool?
Let's say summarize and crosstab.
Okay, you can only have one.
Okay, summarize then.
Okay, why the summarize tool?
It's giving you like full information about anything you want.
Okay.
Just like total.
Why not the input tool? Isn't that the most important tool?
It is important.
That's not your favorite.
It's not my favorite.
Okay. What about Tableau? What's your favorite feature?
In Tableau, I like LODs because it gives you more control over the data.
Very similar to the summarize tool, actually. A level of detail expression is literally just the summarize tool in Alteryx. So that makes sense then that you would like LODs. Yeah. What's your top tip for being successful in the data school?
The first one, ask questions. It's like top, because a lot of people need to ask questions. And even I spoke to somebody and was like, but I have some questions. I was like, ask. You really need to ask.
How do you think you have improved the most during training?
I started to understand, kind of read between the lines, what the client wants.
Okay.
Because sometimes they can tell a lot of stories, but you still need need to know what the goal of the project, what they need to see in the end.
What are your tips for somebody that's going to be interviewing for a position at the data school?
Don't be afraid. You're going to be okay. You know what you did. Just present it.
Would you rather fly or breathe underwater?
I'd rather fly.
Why?
I don't know. It's easier to go to some places.
Victoriia, thanks for joining me today, and I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye.